Hello and welcome back to another video featuring more things added in patch 7.3. Today we're looking at two new pieces of facewear, both of them eye patches. Both of them, as you can see here, the right eye patch, the Mythril-Edged eye patch, can be acquired from 134 rank submersible on the South Delphinium shelf, and the left Mythril-Edged eye patch is from 135 rank submersible on the South Indigo Deep. Both the left and the right eye patch then are market tradable, and because these things are fairly new and have been recently acquired because of people getting to that rank finally, these will go for a large amount of gil. They should come down significantly in the next few days though, as more people circulate the market and get their submersibles to the required ranks. So let's change our hairstyle so that we can actually see this, and just in case you were wondering if there was actually a band that went around the back of your head, even if we were to choose like the shortest hairstyle for my female Mikote, you'll notice that the band is non-existent. It just fades away into your hairline basically. For example, on this hairstyle, which is probably the shortest you can physically get your hair shaved, you'll notice where it tapers off. And basically what they've done is similar to some of the other facewear. They've got basically a little bit of an arm that kind of just cuts off at a certain point, which is really interesting. I wonder how that's attached to your face. I suppose that's to prevent clipping from the back of hairstyles, where on the actual original eye patches we had clipping come through hair. So that's less desirable. So in many ways that makes more sense visually. I suppose one of the coolest advantages of this, if you wanted to go with the 2B hairstyle and actually have an eye patch attached to facewear, this is a really good option, especially if you wanted to have some headwear to go with this. I'm not sure what you would want, but that's really cool actually. In the end, to demonstrate these, I went for this hairstyle, which kind of reminds me of Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. It's certainly not something I would normally use on my character, but yes, so this is the default color of the Mythril-Edged eye patch right. Essentially there is the left one as well, which, as we can demonstrate here, is identical in almost every way. It's just flipped. So let's look at the colors of these. The default appearance then, having all of these little rivets with this sort of grey, sort of bluish looking metal, and then the leather band disappearing into your hairline as we discussed. That is not actually a full headband. It doesn't go all the way around the head, so it kind of cuts off where your ear would be, just above an ear, kind of like how glasses work. There is still the gap between the forehead and the eye patch, pretty much on every race. Some will have slightly bigger gaps than others, but yeah, so if you wanted to have this metal themed eye patch, this is not a bad option. This then is the silver default, and as you can see, the bit that's actually changed is the metal. So now we have a silver metal, which sounds like it would be self-explanatory that that's the bit that would change color, but you never know with facewear. We've seen quite a lot of glasses added to facewear that have, this is the silver one, and it comes out completely blue. So we retain that black leather in the background and have a silver inlay with rivets, which is quite nice. This then is the gold design. Again, we've got a slightly different colored eye patch leather this time. It's gone brown to match with the gold of the metal there on the actual band that goes around your head, which is interesting. Didn't expect the leather to actually change color. This is the black variant then, which has black metal, which kind of makes it look more plasticky than metal. And we've got that black leather back again from the default. This is the white variant then, which is incredibly bright actually, very shiny, very nice and silver. Got white headband and leather behind there. And yeah, they went away from the black contrast, which is surprising. I thought it was just going to change to metal. But like I say, you never know with these facewear options. You actually have to look through all of the colors because they're not just, you know, white is not white, for example, with the same default color. This is the gray variant then, which has nice silver metallic sort of strap, rivets and such. And then it's got this kind of grayish black, sort of dark gray leather, which is interesting. Then we go through our typical RGB. So red is red. We've got a red, quite a bright red leather actually behind this, and then a really dark red for the metal, which is an interesting contrast because when we looked at the grey one, the color brightness was completely flipped. So that looks pretty badass actually, like a crimson pirate or something. Very nice. And then we have the complete exact opposite with blue, which is surprising. We have this much lighter blue metal with this dark blue leather at the back, which that's pretty cool, isn't it? And for the green one, they actually did something that made me very happy. They decided to add gold for the metal to go with the green, which I think looks absolutely awesome. I can already think of several pieces of gear that this could match to. Really, really nice. That dark sort of emerald green at the back there. Lovely. And then the gold inlay with the rivets. This might be my favorite one. And then I had to do a double take for this one and check that I'd selected the correct option. This is brass. Yeah. Nothing about this screams brass to me at all. I'm quite surprised at the color choice they went with. I mean, look at the necklace I've got on. That's one of the brass colors they have in the game. There's like 400 of them, different shades that are incredibly hard to match to. And this is yet again another one that's going to be hard to match to. Yeah, not a massive fan of the brass one. Bit weird, really. And then we've got the purple one, which has this nice light metallic purple, which is quite nice, like a violet. And then we have a dark leather of that purple, which is really nice, actually. That could be quite easily matched with gloom purple, maybe metallic purple as a secondary on some gear. That's quite nice, isn't it? I like that one. And then finally, which is normally the wild card when it comes to facewear, but not in this case, this is the brown one, which is, yeah, it's brown. Slight metallic brown there on the metal, and the leather brown eye patch, which is very similar to the default eye patches you see in the game. Very easy to match to with like Oppo brown or something like that. I think for me this time around, the surprise was not tucked away in the brown one. It was actually tucked away in the RGB, which normally I find quite average. But these are really, really good. I especially like the red one. The blue one's interesting because of the light color, as opposed to, you know, on the red one, we have a much darker color on the metal for the dark red, and then you've got a bright leather. And then, but on the blue one, it's literally the opposite. But the real surprise for me was the green one. Like, for me personally, in my own taste, I think this is the coolest one. It just looks so nice. I like how the little ripple details are coming out of the actual leather there. Yeah, if you saw somebody with this and like a tricorn on their hat, I mean, that's the advantage of facewear, isn't it? The ability to wear hats at the same time as facewear. So I can imagine putting a tricorn on, matching it to the same green and gold, getting a big trench coat, maybe something like on a machinist that looks like a musket. Oh, dude, that would be sick. But yeah, really like these. And hopefully they come down in price so that more people can access them. If you are running submersibles, try and make as much gill as possible from selling these on the market board whilst you can, because yeah, the market's going to become overcrowded. Very surprised that there was so much from submersibles this time around, but yeah, I suppose it makes a difference from everything being just in a treasure map dungeon. More videos on the way from 7.3 onwards. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.